Drum for the Song podcast.
The whole thing, I mean, I've been in plenty of bands. I've recorded before. I've toured. I have never in my life had an inclusion, an induction into a band in this way. It's so surreal. I know it's a product of the times. Pete was a listener, is a listener, and they'd already decided they were getting back together. They demoed a dozen or so songs, and their original drummer essentially said he couldn't do it for various responsibility commitment reasons, so they needed a drummer. And it really was one of those cases where it's like, well, I wonder if he's available. And the weird thing was, I got the demos, so there's a drum machine on them, and it was a case of, can you record these literally in 2 weeks at the studio in Doncaster? Because by coincidence, we're all Yorkshire based. It's a South Yorkshire band, and even though my accent betrays me, I'm obviously not from Yorkshire, but I live there. So it's a really local band, and the studio's like 20 minutes from my house. So I said, okay, I can go down there. And then Pete was like, yeah, any chance you could maybe do a demo? Because as we realized, I'd never met them, and I could have been absolutely rubbish. They didn't know what they were getting. So I literally got the track without the drums, just laid down a basic track because there was a click with it. And it was a case of, all right, yeah, sounds good. I'm thinking, I've never even met this band. I've met one of them, talked to them once. So I get to the studio, and the producer, who's done all their stuff, he's worked with Massive Wagons, he's done loads of stuff. And he was like, a bit, not standoffish, but it was like, all right. It was a bit just slightly cool. And it was like, because he'd heard what happened. It was like, so I've got this guy coming into my studio who's never met them, never played, and it was all done on a wing and a prayer and a leap of faith. And the weird thing was, I knew I was all right. I thought, I got this. This is fine. I know these 3 tracks. I'll be absolutely fine. And then after we recorded the first 2 tracks, we had that conversation. It's like, you ever met these? No. You ever rehearsed? No. Ever had a conversation? I've talked to one of them out of 4, and he laughed. And I was thinking about it, this is surreal. This is not the way to join a band.